This copyrighted telecast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Nevada. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Nevada and Learfield.
Coming up tonight on Wolfpack All Access. After that brutal loss to Idaho, the Wolfpack football team looking to bounce back in a big way, welcoming a Big 12 foe in the Kansas Jayhawks. We'll also learn more about one of the Silver and Blues staples in the secondary. Since transferring from Wake Forest in 2021, Isaiah Asisima has made a bunch of plays for the Pack. Our Shannon Kelly shares his story. Then we'll take a trip to the old Virginia Street Gym, where the Nevada volleyball team is getting a boost from its second-year players, all 6 of them. Nikki Pica connects with the Pack's strong sophomore class. And Silver and Blue Soccer hosting a pair of home matches, aiming for its first win under new head coach Vanessa Valentine. Hey friends, and welcome into Mackey Stadium for another edition of Wolfpack All Access, brought to you by Champion Chevrolet. I'm your host this week, Mike Stephenson. Last weekend was a long one for Nevada fans, watching the Pack fall to Idaho big, and for the first time since 1999. A week later, the test for Nevada only getting tougher, with Kansas invading Reno for a first ever meeting with the Silver and Blue. Nevada walking into Mackey Stadium as the biggest home underdog it has been for at least the past 25 years. But what a game it turned out to be. Let's cue up the highlight reel with Shannon Kelly.
Kansas quickly moving the sticks on their opening drive. The Jayhawks find the end zone off a 3-yard run. Kansas up 7-0. Second quarter, the Jayhawks are stuffed by James Hansen on third down. Kansas kicks a field goal on 4th and 9. Jayhawks up 10-3. Late second quarter now, quarterback Brendan Lewis scrambling and scampers his way up the middle. He's down just inches shy of the end zone. Next play, Lewis under center. The handoff to Sean Dollars. As he's in for Nevada's first touchdown of the season at Mackey Stadium, we're all tied at 10 at halftime. Late third quarter, Lewis looking for an open man. He'd connect with Dale Vaughn Campbell. A 53-yard bomb to the red zone. A few plays later, Lewis checking out his options, but he would fly left and take this one in for 6. We're all tied up at 17, as this one would go back and forth. Lewis again for the score, his second of the night, as we're tied at 24 early in the fourth quarter. But the Jayhawks would score again on the following drive. Nevada couldn't move the sticks quick enough in the final 2 minutes, as the Pack would fall 31-24.
All right, Coach, a hell of a game here at Mackey Stadium, coming up just a little bit short, but I'm sure you're proud of this team's effort.
Yeah, they played their butts off tonight. You know, that was, I wish we could have got one more stop there in the second half, and I thought the offense did enough there. And, last drive, going 99 in 2 minutes is tough for a young team like that, but you know, we were in a good place. We got the first down. We got us started. We had a chance to win a football game against one of the best teams in the country right there, and we're going to get those games soon.
Last week against Idaho was a huge letdown. I know the team was pretty dejected after, so for them to turn around and have this kind of effort, I mean, what does that attribute? What do you attribute that to?
Well, it's a tribute to the guys in that locker room. You know, they came back Sunday. They were ready to work. They know what this is all about. They know the build that's going on here. They trust each other, and they played and they practiced hard all week, and they dove into this game plan on all sides of the ball. And we came out here, and I mean, they were playing tonight. They looked like Nevada football, and we got to build on that.
Was that part of what you told them afterward? Like, this is the kind of foundation we're building off of?
Yeah, I told them, you know, it always hurts to lose. I was happy that they're in that locker room right now, and they're upset. They thought they could win the game, and they should. You know, that's great. We're gonna win a lot of games here, and they know that, and they're working at it. And you know, I told them early in the week, man, there's going to be adversity in the season. This won't be the last adversity we see, and we're going to keep building this thing. And I'm not deterred on this, and I know they aren't either.
As far as position groups, I guess who were you most pleased with? It felt like there was a lot of good plays from everyone.
Man, I thought the offensive line for the big size of that defense and what they did, and our quarterback played his butt off tonight. He got us first downs. He got us in the right calls. Running backs ran hard. You know, defense in the first half. I mean, making those guys punt. It's a win just to make those guys punt. And we were all over their ass in the first half. And there were times in the second half too. But I mean, they're going to get their points. They're going to get their yards. That is some kind of football team they've got. And I think Coach Leipold and those guys, they've built a program there, and that's what we're doing here.
A little more on Brendan Lewis, who I know through 2 games was still really looking to establish a rhythm. It really felt like into the first half, second half, he found something.
Yeah, I grabbed him by the face and I said, "Dude, I love you. Let's play. Let's run the ball. Let's get the ball out of your hand. If it's there, run with it. Just do what you do." And man, did he take off! And he was what we know he is, and he's going to get better from there.
Early on, downfield passing was leaving something to be desired. You hit the big one to Campbell. Is there something there that can be built on as far as hitting the middle of the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is they're a big team. They got good pocket pressure. We didn't have a time to get way back and do a lot of our drop back game, so we went to a lot of our quick stuff. And I thought Brendan did good with it, moving the pocket. We got him out of the pocket, let him see things, let him run with it if he wanted to, and that was what we were doing to get first downs. And we were trying to slow it down. We were trying to use play clock all the time to let them relax a little bit, let them see what the defense is going to do, and try to use as much play clock as we can to help the defense and the offense. And I thought they did a really good job with that for the first time.
Yeah, the emotional touchdown drive when Lewis runs it in, then you have the unsportsmanlike on that following kickoff. Is that kind of an example of how thin the margins can be in these kind of games?
Yeah, you just can't do things like that. And that's a guy that shouldn't do things like that. And guys that consistently make mistakes like that are going to, like, other guys don't play. That's a big turning point. And we got to have more composure than that in those situations.
As far as Sean Dollars and Ashton Hayes, they were able to find some breathing room at times. I saw Dollars limp off a little bit, but that might have been a cramp in it.
Yeah, I think they were just grinding. I mean, those 2 guys were just going, and I think he was cramping up a little bit. He came back in right there when we had to on the goal line to try to get the ball in, and then we they were really stacked in the box, and we told Brendan to take it, run it like he does in practice, run it naked, run it in for a touchdown. And he's really fast when he gets on the edge, hard to tackle. Him in the field one-on-one, that's what we need to get.
It'll be a little bit before we see you at home again, so as you head to San Marcos to take on Texas State, You got something to build on here?
I think there's some things on there, and I think the offense, defense, and special teams, there were moments. We got to continue to improve that, and we have to have more moments and put it together. But tonight was a team that was out there working offensively, defensively, and special teams were working together most of the night, and that's what we wanted to see.
Coach, anything on that for the folks?
Keep behind us.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So the Jayhawks proving to have just enough, leaving Reno with a win and moving to 3-0 as Nevada drops to 0-3, seeing their losing streak extend now to 13 games. Here is Jaden Dedman and Jamal Bell sounding off after the loss.
I feel like this week we actually brought that intensity. We were able to have fun out there, just enjoy it like as if we was kids again and doing our 111. We've been preaching that the whole week, and that was our whole goal, was just do our 111. Everybody play for each other, the brother next to you, and if you continue to do that, success will come.
Coach just let us loose. Coach just let us loose for our practices this week. Everybody was just flying around, good energy. Everybody was just involved, everything. So we just came up short. That was it. We still got a lot of football left though. Once everybody connect, quarterback, running back, lineman. Once everybody connect, we're gonna be a dangerous team. I promise you.
When our side, defense doing their part, offense doing their part, special teams, when it all comes together, we could be a really great team. So that's our whole goal right now.
Playing for each other, playing for the man next to you. So we just gotta keep building up on that. Like I said, we're gonna be a dangerous team.
But that was our whole goal, just having energy, it's just contagious. And whenever somebody, make a play, everybody got to come in there and just bring your brother up. And eventually the whole defense is going to want to make a play, so then the next play is just something good happens. So that was our whole goal, and, eventually we're going to get to a W soon.
Once again, next up for Nevada, a trip to San Marcos and a meeting with Texas State. The Wolfpack and the Bobcats will throw down Saturday at 4 o'clock Pacific time. As for what's next here on Wolfpack All Access, we are lining up with one of Nevada's best defensive players, Isaiah Asisima. His story on the other side of this break. Welcome back to Wolfpack All Access, sponsored by Champion Chevrolet. Isaiah Asisima has established himself as a force in Nevada's defensive secondary. And now in his final year of college ball, the Texas kid is looking to go out with a bang. Once again, here is Shannon Kelly with his story.
Isaiah Asisima is used to big-time football.
The stadiums are sold out. We have bigger stadiums and things of that nature, so it was just kind of honor and a privilege to be coached by the coaches that was in Texas as well.
While growing up in Houston, competing at the highest level of college football didn't often cross his mind.
I was just a guy that just showed up to work every single day and just did what I was supposed to do. I try not to look too much ahead in the future at that time, especially when I was in high school.
After holding nearly 24 offers, Asisima would land at Wake Forest, only to realize after the 2020 season it was time for a change, eventually moving out west to join the Wolfpack.
I didn't really have a lot of different opportunities, so Norvell gave me an opportunity to put these pads on and go to work here in Nevada.
And Asisima didn't waste any time making his name known, sealing the Pack's 2021 season opener at Cal with a game-winning interception.
I didn't really get the kind of playing time that I wanted at Wake, and I was always kind of like, had some doubts in my mind that maybe I couldn't. Coaches put me in, they believed in me, and they trusted me for the job. And I was just reading my keys, and then I just seen that ball in the air, man, and I seen that ball, and I got the ball. So, that's what I was trained to do, man, see ball, get ball.
Asisima credits his former silver and blue teammates for helping him become a better defensive back.
Romeo, Carson, Cole, and Elijah Cooks, and Justin Lockhart. All of those guys helped me kind of molded me into the corner that I am today. I was going against those guys every single day, going at it, competing, sweating hard, grinding. And at the time I didn't know it, but, as time went on, it's like it really developed me, it really helped me, and I took those reps seriously.
The Texas native has found a home in Nevada's secondary, snagging 2 interceptions in last year's season opener at New Mexico State and finishing the season #1 in pass breakups.
Be the same person every day. That's one of my main goals, is to kind of just stay consistent. And if I could be consistent, then all the rest of my goals will kind of just align with that.
And when Asisima suits up in his home state against Texas State, it will be just the second time he's played in front of family since arriving at Nevada.
I got some family coming to that game and some friends, so you always want to put on a show for your family and friends, so I'm just excited about that.
Asisima hoping it's one of many highlights in his final season with the Wolfpack.
I want to win, make it to a bowl game, get some hardware, and get something that I could just walk away with and say, yeah, we did this my senior year, we accomplished this, and I'm proud of it.
For Wolfpack All Access, I'm Shannon Kelly.
Thank you, Shannon. Coming up next on Wolfpack All Access, we are heading inside the old Virginia Street Gym, where the Nevada volleyball team is being led by a strong group of underclassmen. We profile the sophomore class right after this. Back here on Wolfpack All Access, I'm your host, Mike Stephenson. Last year's under 500 record left a lot to be desired, but those experiences proving to be critical for Nevada volleyball's large freshman class. Now a year older, that group of sophomores is proving to be special. Here is Nikki Pica with their story.
The Michigan men's basketball team of the early 1990s had the Fab Five freshmen. This year's Nevada volleyball team has the sensational 6 sophomores.
Our class, a lot of us got to be on the court this last year, so we all have some experience. And even the people that weren't on the court, we all know each other, love each other, and it just makes the game so much better.
With Nevada losing Kayla Afoa, the Wolfpack's heart and soul last season, the program has been turned over in many ways to the team's sophomore class, many of whom made a big impact as freshmen in 2022.
Lost some important contributors last year, so it was kind of finding our way with them graduating, and that's part of it every year, is figuring out what you've lost and who can step up and kind of fill that.
With a year under their belt, Nevada's sophomore class, including standout players Gabby McLaughlin, Bella Snyder, and Jordan Schwartz, know the significance of team chemistry.
Dynamic is the most important thing, and if you don't have a good dynamic on the court, you're not going to perform well, because the people that you play with, that is the only thing that's going to help you succeed. I love all my sophomore buddies. I just think it's such healthy competition. We can be hard on each other on the court, and then off the court we can always be friends.
While sophomores do not typically emerge as team leaders so early in their careers, Nevada's 17-player roster includes only 5 upperclassmen, pressing the Pack's talented youngsters into mentoring roles to Nevada's 6 freshmen.
Our experience on the court, I think since all the sophomores pretty much played last year, it helps us be able to relay that to the freshmen, and they I feel like even we played UC Davis on Saturday, I feel like they have a confidence on the court because we have that as well. And I think we just lift them up because we want to see them succeed too, and we know what it's like to be a freshman. And
we're all so young, so I think that makes us closer together because everyone can relate to having a new experience at college. Even though we're just sophomores, we're still kind of new to a lot of things, and since there's so many of us in our class, I think it helps to know that you're not going through something alone.
After difficult seasons in 2020 and 2021, with Nevada going 6-38. The Wolfpack rebounding with a 14-15 mark in 2022, powered in part by this year's sophomore class. Nevada nearly making its first Mountain West tournament under ninth-year head coach Lee Nelson.
Have a huge impact on the player. You can either make or break the team, the player, and I think a lot of the times when people start to hate their sport, it might be because of the coach. So I think having a coach that is able to instill confidence in me and in all of our players is a big thing to help motivate us and know that we can do it because our coach believes in us too.
And what better way to describe this team than by a quote chosen by the team?
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And so that's a quote they came up with that they enjoyed, and so I'm going to attribute that to them. I know they borrowed it from someone else. I've heard other places, but they had to pick one that they felt encapsulated their kind of work ethic and who they are.
For Wolfpack All Access, I'm Nikki Pica.
Thank you, Nikki. And Nevada playing its first 2 home matches this week, hosting Cal and Montana State for the Wolfpack Invitational. Lee Nelson's team claiming a 4-set victory Thursday over the Bobcats. Sophomore Gabby McLaughlin leading the way with 18 kills. Things didn't go as well Saturday, though, against the Bears. The Pack falling to Cal in 4. Next up, Nevada opens Mountain West play at home Thursday the 21st against New Mexico. They'll get it going at 6 p.m. Coming up next on Wolfpack All Access, Wolfpack Soccer, aiming for its first win of the young season, hosting a pair of matches. We have highlights right after this. Welcome back to Wolfpack All Access, brought to you by Champion Chevrolet. The Nevada soccer team still finding its footing under first-year head coach Vanessa Valentine, entering this week's pair of home matches with 3 losses and 4 draws. Nevada playing host to both Northern Colorado and Eastern Washington in search of that first victory. Nikki Pica is back with those highlights.
Nevada hosts Northern Colorado when Luz Arriaga gets a point on the board with a header into the back of the net. Later, Emily Rich would score another, solidifying the team's first win of the season and first win of the Valentine era. And on Sunday, Eastern Washington comes to town. Nevada on the board early with a goal from Arriaga from 15 yards out, and then Serene Gronar finds the back of the net, making it 2-0. Gabby Brown feeling like it wouldn't be enough and scores what would become the game-winning goal. Pack wins 3-2 the final. The team's record improving to 2-3-4 before heading into Mountain West play.
Next up for the ladies, the start of Mountain West Conference play, the Pack's first foe, Colorado State, 4 o'clock Thursday in Fort Collins. Coming up next, we're wrapping a bow on this installment of Wolfpack All Access with a little off-season softball news and more. Welcome back to Wolfpack All Access. I'm Mike Stephenson. After the recent departure of head coach Linda Garza, the Nevada softball team announcing assistant Marina DeMore will be elevated as the interim head coach for the 2024 season. Nevada is coming off a stellar campaign in 23, winning 31 games and reaching the Mountain West Conference Tournament. The Nevada men's basketball team has announced its schedule. It includes the 2023 Jack Jones Classic December 9th down in Henderson. Nevada will face off with Drake. Join the Wolfpack down south and make sure to get your season tickets today for another great year inside Lawler by visiting mynevadatickets.com or calling 348-PACK. The skee ball is back and set for Friday, October 27th at the Row. This year's keynote speaker features author, freelance writer, and 2-time Olympic skier Edith Thies Morgan. You can purchase tickets today at nevadaskiing.org. And now is the time to support Nevada's student athletes and help take their name, image, and likeness to the next level. Friends of the Pack is the official NIL collective of Wolfpack student athletes. Become a member and get access to exclusive content, invites to meet and greets, autographed swag, and more. Memberships start at $25 a month and directly support student athletes. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit friendsofthepack.com today. That is it for this week's installment of Wolfpack All Access. Same time next week. Let's do it.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.